Let me start by saying I'm very pleased with the progress from last game to this game as far as what we showed in film, what we worked on in practice yesterday. I thought we did a much better job playing with the physicality on both ends of the court. And I thought the pace was good again. And 27 assists is a number that we're happy with. I think we had 16 at the half, 15 at the half in the first game. So there's some things we're doing nice. And we had some good, it was a good overall team performance by the group tonight.
Hey, Luke, this is Jason Quick in Portland.
Hey.
Forgive me for being blunt, but what was the reason that you guys didn't keep Harry?
Why we didn't, those questions are front office questions. Harry's a very good young player. But we're as the coach, I'm concerned with my guys and trying to get them better.
Hey, Matt George.
Coach, Buddy Hield tonight struggled offensively, at least shooting the ball, but finished with 6 or 7 assists, I believe. Was also aggressive on the defensive end, something that we haven't necessarily always seen out of him. What does that do for his game and your team when on a night where he struggles, he's still so efficient and involved?
Yeah, that's a huge step for him, Matt. And it's one of those. I was surprised to see what the shooting number was, just because I'm so used to the type of shooter that he is. But I was very pleased with his game tonight. Everything you said, I agree with it. He was getting in the paint, creating for others. The shots he did take, for the most part, were good shots within the offense. The ones we want him taking. I thought defensively, again, just like game one, he did a nice job of communicating and locking into his assignment. And that's got to be what the norm is, for our team to continue to move forward. And if it is, then he's going to help us win games.
Sean Cunningham.
Hey, Luke. Just second preseason action for some of these rookies. Obviously, Tyrese Haliburton looked quite comfortable out there. I was just wondering what you were maybe most impressed with after 2 games in with him.
This is basketball instincts. The way he gets the deflections, the steals, the way he sees, he's seeing what's happening out there from not just his spot, but like all great guards, he sees it, from where everyone else is doing too. Those instincts for someone that as young as he is and was only drafted a few weeks ago is pretty exciting. And I agree, he looked a lot better, a lot more comfortable, a lot more, he was in much more attack mode tonight than he was the first night, which I said before the game is something that will come with time and experience. And it was good to be able to get him 30 minutes of actual playing time out there tonight.
Tony Harvey.
Yeah, Coach, back to Tyrese Haliburton. Now, I hope I'm not overstating this. He had a very decent stat line, with 11 points, that's 7 assists, 6 rebounds. But just seeing him active on the defensive end, he really seems like he gets it. I know he's a rookie. This is your second game in the preseason, but I just want to get your thoughts on I just want to get your thoughts on, how he reacts on defense.
Yeah, he makes some nice plays. He'll continue to get stronger as he spends more time in this league, and that'll allow him to be able to guard better players. But as far as his instincts are concerned and his understanding of what we're trying to get accomplished, it's pretty good. And for him, a lot of it will come, not just for him, but for all rookies. There's certain way that you play defense in college, and then you realize when you get to the NBA that you got to even take it another step up from that. So the more experience we can get him, the better. And I think as soon as he gains that experience and that strength, he'll be a very solid defender in our league.
Jason Jones.
Hey, Luke. Follow up again on Tyrese. No turnovers today in this game, and I think before the last game, he talked to us about, when he mentioned playbook, he said it's more so about concepts and understanding kind of just the big picture of what you're trying to do, and as opposed to so much just plays. how much does it help you when, any player, especially a player that young, can kind of come to you already understanding that part of the game as opposed to you having to break all that, get him to think like that ahead of time?
Well, it's great. As a coach, we don't mind spending the time breaking that stuff down. But for players that can understand those concepts already and not make it about memorizing the play, but more of what we're trying to get accomplished, that it's just going to give himself a quicker opportunity to earn minutes and be out there with his teammates, which is where all players want to be. And so, it helps us a lot as far as how quickly we'll be able to try to advance him. But he also helps himself as far as getting himself out there on the court and getting minutes.
Sarah?
Hey, Coach, 60-plus points coming from your bench tonight. I know still the preseason, but how encouraging is that?
Well, they were much better tonight, and they played bigger minutes tonight with some of the injuries and with the starters not playing the fourth quarter rotation. But all in all, I was very pleased with how they played. They continued to push the pace. They continued to play unselfish. They competed. They were having fun out there. All the things that we're preaching about all the time, you don't always get, in the fourth quarter of a preseason game. But I was happy to see our group out there doing those things.
All right, we're up against this. Only got a couple more. Matt George, follow up.
Coach, you mentioned a couple of times after Friday's game that you weren't too pleased with the spacing. You thought you got away from that game plan. How about that correction tonight? Were you happier with it?
Yeah, I was happier with it. There's still, it's preseason game 2. We got to get a lot better. But there was some really good clips that we'll be able to visually show the guys tomorrow, as far as what we want to look like as often as possible. And it was better than game 1.
All right, Sean Cunningham, last one.
Thanks. Luke, just looking at the 3-point numbers again, I mean, it was 49. Were you more pleased with these ones? Did you see the paint touches you were hoping to see?
Yeah, I thought we did a great job. I thought De'Aaron set a tone early, De'Aaron and Buddy, getting into that paint and attacking. And a lot of the threes were ones that we want. And again, there's a handful that we want to toss out. We talked about a couple of those at halftime. And that, listen, it's always part of the journey and the process, so it takes time. But for the most part, those threes were good ones. And I would assume that our shooters knocked those down, at a higher rate than we did tonight.
Okay, thank you, Coach. Appreciate it.